We consume stories through different forms of media every day, whether that be from TV, film, the internet, or video games. Video games I tend to enjoy the most, because to me they are the most interactive. You're not just watching the story unfold, you're actively participating in it. Unless of course it's a PlayStation game. I grew up with games my entire life. I've immersed myself in multiple universes. But sometimes I get so invested in a game that I want to learn more about it. Take the Halo franchise. Specifically Halo Infinite. Yes, I know, I'm basically the last Infinite enjoyer. But recently they announced a continuation of its story, and I was like, oh my god, is it gonna be the scrap campaign DLC? Or maybe a standalone title? No, silly, it's gonna be a novel. Now, this isn't uncommon in the gaming world. There are multiple franchises that expand on their universe with books. This can range from standalone stories to novelizations to even prequels and sequels. Even back when Bungie was in charge of Halo, there were 4 novels that released alongside the original trilogy. One of them being First Strike, which is set in the aftermath of Combat Evolved, which is similar to how Edge of Dawn is set in the aftermath of Infinite, though that'd usually be the end of it. Game franchises typically only release a couple of books. But since 343 Industries took over the Halo franchise, its novel series has expanded to almost 40 books today. And since I am a big fan of Halo, I mean, can't you tell? Naturally, I wanted to learn more about its universe and prepare myself to read the next chapter of Infinite's story. This was the first Halo novel I decided to buy. Halo Outcasts, a standalone story that focuses on the Arbiter and Spartan Olympia Vale, set after the events of Halo 5. Now, I chose this book because I love the Arbiter. I wanted to learn more about the elites and what happened under Cortana's rule, because Infinite doesn't really go into it that much. There was just one problem. Where are the pictures? Yeah, I'm really bad at reading, like god awful at it. It's probably gotten worse with apps like TikTok, but my history with reading has always been rough. Back in middle school, I think the only books I finished reading was the Percy Jackson and some of the Heroes of Olympus books, like 2 Harry Potter books, To Kill a Mockingbird, and 8 Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. That is an insane lineup, I'm not gonna lie. In high school, I was supposed to read iconic pieces of literature like The Great Gatsby, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, and Frankenstein, and I don't think I read a single page. I honestly don't know how I passed the AP exams. English was my worst subject. My time in university was slightly better. I never finished reading them, but I got through a decent amount of 2 books I had for a couple of my classes. And most recently, I was watching The Man in the High Castle, and the ending for that show pissed me off so much that I bought the novel it was adapted from. And guess what? I didn't finish it. Ultimately, I have set myself up for failure when it comes to reading. I made it through like 2 chapters of Halo Outcast before forgetting about it for months, and then I started it from the beginning again, made it through like 4 chapters, and then I forgot about it again. And despite that, for some reason, I just keep buying more novels. Set before Halo Infinite, Shadows of Reach follows Master Chief and Blue Team return to the planet Reach to recover top secret assets to use against Cortana. I mean, the cover and premise looks cool. I read 2 chapters and then immediately went back to playing Halo. Like, oh my god, my attention span is fried. With such a strong bias to digital media, I much rather prefer to play or watch rather than read. Now, some of you may be thinking, why don't I just experience the stories with audiobooks? That is a great suggestion. Let me try that.
The situation monitor on the forward bulkhead remained in blackout mode.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. I'm sure they're great, but for me, I need to be doing something instead of just purely listening. And if I'm focused on something else while it's playing in my ears, I kind of just tune it out. It's not intentional, I promise. I do want to learn more about these stories, but part of it is also the fact that it's daunting to start investing in these stories just from the sheer catalog of books the Halo franchise has. And I'm sure some of these help complement the games. One that I was curious about was The Fall of Reach, which released all the way back in 2001, 9 years before Bungie's Halo Reach was released. Although from what I've read online, it mostly seems to focus on the origins of the Spartan 2 program, and there seems to be inconsistencies between the novel and the game. Wait, so why did I buy this then? A little bit of history with the original 4 Halo books. From what I've read, Microsoft were the ones advocating for them, and Bungie, although they had creative control of the novels, they disagreed with some of the decisions that the authors made, and did not want to be constrained by what they established. It almost led to the Fall of Reach book being outright cancelled, with one of the main reasons being that it gave the Master Chief a definitive backstory. You can see it in their games. Bungie preferred the Master Chief to be a generic vessel for the player rather than a defined character. I can understand why that'd be frustrating to their vision, but at least for me, giving the Chief some sort of character is why I like Infinite's iteration of him. So you know what? Maybe I'll like this book. Maybe I'll give it a try, and god damn it, maybe it's time for me to give it up. It's fine. I don't have to read them. I can still just stick to the games. Since when have the books ever been integral to the games? Oh, right. Who in their right mind thought this was a good idea? Honestly, when I first played Halo 5's campaign back when I was 12, my head started hurting. I had too many fucking questions. Who are Blue Team? Where have they been this entire time? Who is this fraud? He looks cool though. Who are Fireteam Osiris? When did Buck become a Spartan? What the fuck is the domain? And why does the Warden Eternal keep coming back? Now, some people say Halo 5's campaign is good when you consume everything on this graphic, including the shows and novels. But when you decide to make external media important to understanding a game's story, and majority of the Halo fanbase are gamers, the foundation itself has some pretty large cracks in it. I should not have to read novels or watch shows to that extent to understand or care about these characters or how we got here. That's supposed to come with the game. I thought books were supposed to be supplementary material, and yet 343 thought it was a good idea to deliver a mid-campaign and have me feel obligated to sit down and have a little bit of independent reading time. I was 12 at the time. I didn't know any better, and I still don't. And I do wonder if I ever do catch up on all this external media, if it would make Halo 5's campaign any better than I remember. Halo Infinite, although it does have novels connected to it, it did a better job than Guardians because you don't have to read those novels. It was mostly a self-contained story. But then there was a reported scrap campaign DLC, and now we're getting a continuation of it in the Edge of Dawn novel, and then the multiplayer narrative was cut short, and then it was instead continued in short stories, and god damn it, I don't want to read anymore. Listen, I'm not against expanding the Halo universe with novels, really. From what I hear, the books are a well-regarded sci-fi series, but I would just like more of the universe to be fleshed out within the games, and I'm okay with the games taking elements from the books or referencing them as well. Despite Bungie disagreeing with some of the concepts of the original novels, they also took certain elements from it, like the ODSTs, but it has to come naturally, and Halo Studios can't let something like Guardians happen again. Sure, expand on the Arbiter and Sangheili, let us learn more about Buck or other conflicts happening in the universe, but not just through novels only. As for me, I don't know if I'll ever complete one of these books. I should really stop buying them. Thankfully, there are people who enjoy reading them and create digestible videos that make it easy for people like me to get invested into the lore. Creators like Hidden Xperia, Phoenix Affliction, Cami Shep, and multiple others really help make Halo's expanded universe more accessible to others. I just wish I could have more of a drive to read them myself. For the time being though, I just don't seem to have the passion for it. But then it was leaked that the next Halo game could be a Combat Evolved remake, which means they could change certain elements of the game, and for fuck's sake, fine, I'll buy one more book, Halo the Flood. It's a novelization of Combat Evolved that also features additional perspectives from other characters besides the Master Chief. Now, I have no clue if they'd incorporate parts of the novel to the leaked project, because I don't know what's in it. I don't know if there are any big changes. But for the next week, I'm going to try reading this to find out. And you'll know if I completed it by then, because the next video title would be something like what to expect from a CE remake. If there's one important thing you can take from this video, it's that I encourage everybody to start reading more. Don't be like me. Literacy is an important skill to have. I want to hear from you now though. What do you think of the Halo novels? Have you read any of them? And if you have, which one is your favorite? Until next week, everybody. Take care.